Hi everyone, this is Micheline again. Thank you for tuning into my channel and checking out my video. Today the video I have for you is the Julie Nutting doll stamp collaboration for the month of May 2017. This is the project that I put together for this collaboration. I'm sure many of you are aware of this collaboration already. There are several ladies participating in this collaboration. I will have the list or all of the links to the different channels that will be participating in this collaboration. They will be down in the description bar. This collaboration is being hosted by Terry over at Terry EO1. Dawn over at Dare to Be Creative, and Dee over at Dee's Special Things. I will also have those links in the description box below. Right now I'm going through and putting together the card base that I will be using for my project today. My card is going to be an unusual size. It's actually 5.5 by 7.5. So I'm using two pieces of an 8 by 8 by 11 piece of paper in order to cut the pieces that I need in order to get the 5.5 by 7.5 card that I'll be using. I'll be using, of course, a Julie Nutting stamp, and those stamps can be pretty tall. The girls are pretty tall, so for my card, I needed it to be bigger than the standard size card. So here you see that I've already cut one of my card bases. This is already a 5 by 7 sheet that I have scored at 5.5 in order to get that flap. And then I have a second piece of paper, and I will show you just shortly how I'm going to put it together. I did the decorative edge here in order just to give some more interest, even though this is going to be the back of the card. I just didn't want it to be plain. So this being the back flap, I'm showing you how I'm putting the two pieces of cardstock together in order to make the card itself. I'm positioning it right now, making sure that I have it in the proper place and fully scoring that side of the card. So that would be the front, and I'm making sure that both of the pieces line up. And I had cut the paper, and I guess I need to get a new blade. It seems that it's not cutting as sharp as it should, so I'm kind of inspecting my paper there. And again, I saw while doing my inspection that I didn't like the edge. So I'm trying to figure out which side of it is going to look better. And eventually here I just decide on the side, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere my flap down to the other side of the paper to create the back of my card. Okay, so I'm finishing up getting my adhesive on the back flap of the card there. Now I'll show you how the card has come together. I also have here the doll that I will be using, the doll stamp, my decorative paper, and I'm going to use some markers as well to color her boots. And I start by, of course, stamping her up, and I do go through and be very thorough at stamping her, getting the ink. I am using the Memento Tuxedo Black ink to stamp her. I'm stamping her onto just some white cardstock right now because I'm going to use that to color her up. And then stamping her again, specifically this time to get, of course, her dress onto that pretty, it's yellow and pink floral paper. And then stamping her one more time. I'm concentrating on getting the ruffle on her dress and the collar around her neck. So making sure to get that. Wanted it here on this pretty yellow paper. So I do that, and again, inking her up with the Memento. I wanted to get the little caps, the little fur part of her boots, because I wanted to get those to be yellow. Showing you the different markers that I'll be using to color her up. I wanted to do this with watercolor, and I really don't know what I'm doing. I thought I could do this using the markers that I had, and realized, of course, they're not watercolor markers. So I'm just going through and just, figuring that out here, and I'm like, okay, not a problem. I can probably fix it. But pretty much once you put water on paper, yeah, it doesn't work so well. So what I decided, of course, was to stamp her boots again and color them up. Okay, so now I'm showing you that I have her all colored, and her dress and her boots and everything. I have adhered them with my adhesive and gotten her all put together, paper pieced her all together. And now I'm showing you the card base that I made, the designer yellow paper that I'm using for my background. I had cut some of the floral paper to make a scallop border at the end of the yellow paper at the end of the card, and I had some pink butterfly die cuts that I'm going to add to the card as well. So right now I'm just placing her on the card, so you'll see an idea of what the finished product looks like.